Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as IvyWinter. Thank you for joining me for another Disney video. This is a video I've been excited to make, and I want to talk a bit about my Disney After Hours event experience. I was able to go to the After Hours event on the evening of Hollywood Studios' 30th anniversary, so it was a special After Hours event for that celebration, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the experience, kind of a bit of a review, some pros and cons, and just overall what I think about the paid offer. So to start, the After Hours events are about $125 a person. It's a little bit cheaper if you have an annual pass because you do get an annual pass discount, so it comes out to about $100 after tax, and you get about 3 hours in the park after park closing. So for this specific event, it was 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. because the park closed at 9 p.m. So your time period will be from whatever the hour is that the park officially closes to the public to 3 hours after that. And because it is a paid ticketed event, you do not have the crowds that you would see during the day. In fact, there is a limited amount of tickets that they can sell, and more often than not, they're not really actually selling out of these events, so you're gonna see even less people than the max amount of people allowed at one of these events. Now, normally, Hollywood Studios would not have been my first pick for an after-hours event because my brain often goes to what is the park that has the most rides that I can ride in that time frame, and immediately I would think Magic Kingdom. They have so much more to offer, so many more rides open during after-hours events, so I was a little cynical about whether it was going to be worth it for Hollywood Studios. That said, this was a special event for the 30th, so that sort of intrigued me. I will also be completely transparent that this ticket was a gift to me, and so that was part of the reason why I got to go. Now, if you have an after hours ticket, you actually do get some more time in the parks before 9 p.m. They were letting people into the parks around 7 p.m. who had one of these tickets. So really great if you don't have a ticket for the full day but want to have some extra time in the park that you're doing this event in. You can probably get in a couple of hours prior to your event. I would just check in with the cast members at the ticket gate. Speaking of, I did have to go to the ticket gate to get my ticket. I think this is partly because it was a gift. I'm pretty sure normally that if you've bought it on your own and it's already attached to your account, you can skip this step, but because I actually had a gift, I had to take the email that said that this was a gift with the barcode to a ticket booth in the front of Hollywood Studios, have them scan that, scan my Magic Bands, and attach it to the account for me. That's the only way to do it, so make sure you give yourself some time to do that. I did it pretty much as soon as I arrived at the park earlier in the day. Now, they do start giving out the wristbands a couple of hours before the actual event inside the park. I know there are multiple places you can get it. I just saw 2 cast members doing this right by the popcorn stand that is at the intersection of Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard. And again, they just scan your Magic Band, they see that you have a ticket, and they give you a wristband, and that wristband is your key to everything. You know, when you are going to be wandering the park during after hours, you need to show your wristband to get on rides and all of that kind of stuff. So very important that you pick your wristband up. You definitely have time before the event to do it, so do it as soon as you possibly can. That said, around 9 o'clock, things started to clear out. I didn't even realize how empty it was getting in the park. I actually met Jack from DSNY News. We were talking, walking towards the exit because he was heading out. He was not doing the event. And after he left, I kind of turned around and was like, whoa, where'd everybody go? I kind of realized, you know, that it was already getting super quiet, and they're very good about kind of pushing people out for the event later on. And let me tell you, it was unbelievable. I turned the corner, I got to Sunset Boulevard, and there was just almost not a soul there. I would say 2 or 3 people, a lot of photographers I saw at this event, which makes a lot of sense. People buy tickets to get these amazing empty shots of the parks. Some of them were there just for that and didn't really care for rides and all of that, which is amazing. But what a great opportunity for people who take photography very seriously. The experience was so neat to be able to walk through Tower of Terror without a soul in the queue, really slow down and take a look at the queue and all of the details and not care if somebody was bypassing me because there was no rush, because there was nobody there. Beyond that, beyond just having the rides be walk-ons, you get free ice cream, free popcorn, free soda and water all night. It's so bizarre to walk up to an ice cream, cart and say, "1 Mickey bar please," and they just hand it to you and you don't pay for it. It feels so bizarre, but it was super, super neat. I didn't take too much advantage of that. I'm not a overindulger in ice cream, but I did at least have one because I had to, right? And then you also have meet and greets, and for the 30th anniversary there were special meet and greets. They did have a couple of special characters. Clarabelle was one of the big ones that they had over by the Chinese theater, but you can meet and greet a whole bunch of different characters, and again, pretty empty. They did have the Fab Five in the front by the Chinese theater and Clarabelle, and they obviously had longer lines because they are the biggest characters, but everyone else was a very short wait. We walked right up to Pluto. He was dancing by himself over in a corner. We danced with him. We went into Launch Bay. We had amazing interactions, repeated interactions with stormtroopers. We met Kylo Ren. We met Chewie, all in, I don't know, just 10 minutes, if that, walked straight through. And that was such an amazing experience to just be able to walk right up to them and to have those repeated stormtrooper interactions, which you don't really get when the park is full. They don't really interact as much. They can't, they're wandering characters, and so to stop and take photos with and interact with everyone would slow them down, and so you'll see it happen here and there, but they really can't because of the crowds. But they were wandering inside Launch Bay and were picking on our group, and it was super, super funny, and honestly one of my best memories of the entire night, just to have that repeated interaction. We were able to do Slinky Dog twice in a row, literally getting on, getting off, and getting right back on again. Some people were just sitting their butts on alien swirling saucers repeatedly and not getting kicked off the ride because there was literally no one there. Walked right into Toy Story Midway Mania. I remember making a comment that it felt like we shouldn't be there. Like, it felt like the ride was closed and we shouldn't have been walking through the queue. It was incredible. Although I felt in the beginning that it wasn't a lot of rides to do compared to Magic Kingdom, it actually did take up quite a bit of those 3 hours, when you are running around and kind of going across the park. I can only imagine how tiring it might be in Magic Kingdom, which is a lot bigger, or Animal Kingdom, which is bigger as well. It is a very tiring event, especially getting out at midnight. By the time I got back to my hotel, it was 1:15 in the morning, but it was worth it. I feel spoiled now. I know that it is a higher price point. Spending that extra money for extra time is a bit of a hotly contested thing in the Disney community, especially when we did used to have more extra magic hours at night and all of that. And now a lot of people see it as, well, this is a cash grab. Disney's, trying to charge you for this. And I'm not going to totally disagree there. However, I will say that my experience was fantastic. It really was wonderful. I did get to do everything I wanted to do, some multiple times. I mean, Slinky Dog twice in a row just walking on is pretty amazing. And the experience of the empty park was really what blew my mind. Something that I haven't seen or experienced in many, many years, probably since I was a little kid. And overall, I kind of feel like it was worth it. I really thought to myself, if I was going to spend $125 on this, or $100 as an annual pass holder, would I do it? And the answer is yes. I had such a good time, and I just remember, I don't know, it was just like one of the best nights I've had at Disney in a really, really long time. My husband, that many of you guys know, is not a big Disney fan. Part of the reason he's not is the crowds and the waits. And I told him, the next time you do come, whenever I can get you down there, I promise we'll do one of these events, because this is perfect for someone like that who might really dislike the general feel of Disney during the day, but to spend that extra money for him to have a really good time and ride all the rides and see the parks empty, to me would be 100% worth it. But I just want to do it again for both Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom. I would love to see both of the parks so empty. I thought it was incredible. I feel spoiled. I feel like it's something that I need to do again in the future for sure. So anyway, I have been rambling on with joy about the After Hours event, but coming from someone who was cynical when I first heard about these to now having experienced it, I 100% think that they are worth it. I would like to know in the comments below, have you done one? What did you think? Did you think it was worth it? Was it good or not? I know some people complain about the Animal Kingdom one because Flight of Passage still tends to have a long line. So I'd like to know if you experienced an Animal Kingdom one, was that the case? If you haven't done one and you're thinking about doing one, I would like to know what park you'd like to go to. And if you have any questions as well, leave all of that in the comments below. If you liked this video, then like it. If you like me, you should subscribe. I make videos every single week. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great rest of the day. Bye.